morning everyone, how are you guys doing? Back to another video then. This time I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to film because yesterday's video was obviously what's my next car going to be and blah 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 blah. So today I was like, well, that's still brewing and you guys are still sending me all of your suggestions. You've been sending me so many. It's been unreal. I can't thank you enough. It has made me a little bit confused on which car I want to get. It is also helping me to some extent sort of decide the sort of area I want to go in. Rather than just talk about that for the next couple of weeks, I figured why not do a video that I should have done quite a while ago, which is my 5 favorite things about my Renault Twizy. Let's get right into it then. First favorite thing is the way this car looks. Well, car, quadricycle, whatever you want to call it. I think it looks flipping beast for what it is. With the doors that go up like that and everything, I think it's insane. I love the bucket seats as well. I like the wheels on this one. I like the all blacked out look. You know what I was thinking about doing? I was thinking about matte blacking it out, but I don't know what you guys think about that. But yes, number one, first thing that convinced me is definitely the way this car looks. Number 2, it's electric. That's great for several reasons. 1, it's good for the environment. 2, it's really cheap to run. 3, you can sneak out of your house late at night without anyone knowing. Number 3, the price, the running costs, and all that sort of fancy stuff. Let me just spin the camera, there we go. This car is so cheap to buy and run that it makes just so much sense. I mean, for me personally, around here in Monaco, where it's sunny weather, I can use it sort of almost every day. Even if it's raining, I've gotten the option windows on it and doors, so I can still use it in the rain. It's never too cold here. I mean, look, December, and I'm just like this, to be able to use it properly. I think I might be zoomed in. Am I? Slightly. And yeah, the cost of the car itself, I can't remember exactly how much it was. I think it was around 12,000 euros. But in different countries, you get different percentages off due to the fact that it's an electric car and the governments really want you to buy electric cars. So that makes it even cheaper. So in your country, it could be a lot less than how much it is here. You also get stuff like free parking in Monaco. You can park on the streets wherever you want. Special parking in all the car parks, so you never have to worry about parking it anywhere. And all these little things add up to make this just literally the most practical city car you can buy. Number 4, the practicality of it. That right there is a back seat. Yes, it is. And one thing you probably didn't know, if I take this key out, there is actually a boot. So if I do this, right there, I can probably pop you in. That's a boot. And it's flipping tiny, but it's a boot nevertheless. Obviously the main practicality thing for this is the size of the bloody thing. It's tiny, so you can literally park it perpendicular to any other car, which is really practical. It then also has little cubby holes, like, well, that one's locked, but here, boom. There's a massive cubby hole, iPhone charger, everything all in there. That's practical. And then here, in this area here, this is, all Twizy owners will know this, I'm sure, but this is where I put all of, like, if I go shopping, I'll put my bags and stuff here, if there's someone on the back seat, and it fits quite nicely between the person in the back's legs and the window door thing, whatever that is. Isn't that cool as well? There's a freaking glass door. Just realized I've gone through this list really quickly, but the 5th and final thing I love about this car is going to take me a while to talk to you about, and it is the way this thing drives. So let's hop on in, and I'll take you out for a drive, and I'll talk you through the experience of driving a Renault Twizy. Here we go. Now, I have done a Twizy review once in the past, and the main thing that... Ooh, my door's open! Anyways, the main thing that you guys will remember is how uncomfortable this car is, because Sam, seen through glass, also touched upon that fact. It's not really got the best suspension in the world, if I'm completely honest with you. Rightio, so I'm not a car reviewer, and I'm only 19, so I don't really know what I'm speaking about, but for some reason you've tuned into this video to see what I think about the Renault Twizy. First of all, when I got this car, it wasn't really for the way it drove, but now I would honestly, it would be one of my highest sort of recommendations for someone if they were thinking of buying this car, is, well, car. Again, I always have to correct myself, because in some countries this is registered as a quadricycle and not a car. I don't know if you knew that. But yeah, the way it drives is really actually quite nice. It doesn't have any power steering or anything, which kind of, this might sound ridiculous, but it kind of means that it's really nice with the twisties. You can really feel like every little detail in the road, also due to the fact that it basically has no suspension, as you can probably tell by the bumps in the road. That does mean that when you go around a corner, you can really sort of feel the road, and even like the road surface, you can judge the road surface. It's plenty quick enough around these twisty roads. I don't know if you can hear me very well because it does get quite loud in here. But yeah, around these twisty roads, it's definitely plenty quick enough. You can get up to about 90 kilometers an hour, which is fine. The brakes actually are surprisingly good for a car like this. Probably because it doesn't weigh much. It weighs more than you'd think. I don't know the figure, but that's due to the fact that it has batteries. But the batteries themselves are actually positioned really low in the car. They're positioned under your seat. So the center of gravity is properly low, which means that the handling around the corners, when you look at it visually, it looks like it might sort of tip around the corners a bit and quite intimidating, but seeing as the center of gravity is so low, it's actually kind of planted. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. It's no sports car, but for what it is, I think it's absolutely remarkable. So like now, I should not be able to go through this corner at this speed. I won't tell you what speed it is, but probably shouldn't. Then there's something cool about the sound of an electric car. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's like a trolley, like I'm fine. It's like a really weird trolley noise, like as you accelerate, and like it's basically like you've got a full family of mosquitoes living in your car, just flying around all the time. That sounds really annoying, but it's kind of cool. Proof that this car is also a proper sports car is this right here. I got 2 seatbelts. That means this thing's proper. Why I have 2 seatbelts, I do not know. Probably because this is so unsafe that you need it. In the rain, this car is kind of funky because it does understeer quite a bit because the tires are about the width of a sheet of paper, so they don't have much grip, the front tires specifically. So when you go around a corner in the wet, you basically just go straight. So you need to be able to sort of control the understeer. And also, if you brake too hard coming into a corner, you lock the brakes up, and that's always slightly terrifying, but kind of fun as well. Once you learn how to do it, you can lock the brakes up and sort of point the car in the direction you want it to go. I think that's what racing drivers do. I'm trying to sound pro here, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Acceleration-wise, yeah, it's pretty shit. Downhill, it's fine, but uphill, it does take a while. But then you get there, like, look, 70 kilometers an hour. Hey, hey. Another thing also, if you are a younger driver, this is probably the best car you can learn to drive on, because it's so tiny that it's hard to get anything wrong. You don't need to be as spatially aware as if you're driving a big car. Also, because you're in a central driving position, it means you can position the car quite well. That's another nice thing about driving. You can see both your front tires down below through these glass doors, and you can position your tires perfectly, which is kind of funky. But yeah, as a learner driver, that's quite nice. It's also really cheap to run if you're young and you want to get a car like this, and it just helps you gain experience on driving on the roads before you get into anything more serious. So before you get into a big car where it's really hard to park and you're all the way on one side of the car and you don't really know how much space you have on the other side and stuff, this is perfect to sort of learn how the roads work, spatial awareness on the roads and everything. So I think it's the perfect first little car for like a 17, 18-year-old. Anyways, I should probably head home before I get arrested or end up having an accident for driving like a total idiot. Probably shouldn't say that online. But hey-ho! If you were ever wondering what the dashboard of a Renault Twizy looks like, there you go, there it is. You got your speed there. You got your battery power down on the left right there. And you can see how much you're accelerating up here. And then if I lift off, it's now charging the battery. And that's never made a difference to my range, but hey-ho. You then got the range you've got left, so I got 45 kilometer range left. Let me see if I can... Oop, that's the horn, my bad. This Twizy now has just under 5,000 kilometers. I don't know if you can see that, so it's still pretty new actually. Because I was away for so long, and whenever I am here, I only use it for short little drives. But it is one of my favorite all-time automobiles. That's a lie, I have a lot of other cars over this, but it is very good for the price. There we go, people. That wasn't really my 5 favorite things about the Renault Twizy. It was basically just ended up with me giving you 4 things I liked about it and then chatting about all the rest for a little while. But there you go, there's the Renault Twizy. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be doing plenty more. Please, as always, put comments down below on suggestions of what you think the video should be. For all of you who have been asking where my Q&A is, I've saved all the questions I'm going to answer and stuff. I just haven't been able to film it yet because I've been ill and everything. But I'm probably going to try and film that sometime this week or the next week because it's Sunday today. So yeah, next upcoming week. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Anything else you want to see on the Renault Twizy, like my 5 least favorite things, or what it's like to live with a Renault Twizy, or anything, just comment it down below and I'll try and get that together. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos, and yeah, I look forward to filming more. So as usual, please remember to subscribe and I'll see you very soon. Bye! About where I am with the car buying situation, because you know I'm looking for a new car. I thought I'd just chat to you about the top 5 cars that I'm thinking about right now, and then you guys in the comments can let me know which one